Hi, this is Valerie with the Food Park Project, and we're about to break ground at European Street Cafe, the one off of Beach Boulevard University in Jacksonville, Florida. They actually have 4 restaurants in Jacksonville, and this particular garden is behind the one on Beach Boulevard. So we're really excited. There's a raw food wholesale kitchen inside this particular European street called Shock Tea Life Kitchen. Check them out at www.shocktealifekitchen.com. And we're going to be growing a lot of kale and lettuce for their entrees, and perhaps even doing a farm to table once a week at the regular cafe here. So we're all really excited about it, and we will continue with reporting as the garden grows.
My knowledge increase, my memory reflect. Marcus Garvey did say, Aruma, Ruma, 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 democracy. Aruma, Ruma, 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 democracy. Jano Day, Jano Day, Jano Day.
So now we're building the beds, or he is building the beds, Bobcat, digging the pathways and putting the soil from the dug pathway onto the bed. So we're making mounds 4 feet wide. The pathways would be about 3 feet wide. And we're going to fill the pathways with wood chips, and there is some cover crop down on the beds and mulch it right away today. And doing a bunch of rows that are on contour, or they were on contour, it kind of got leveled a little bit. But it's the start of a garden. So look at the beds that we got going on here. These are quite the garden beds. We got a 3-foot pathway trench dug here, and then we're putting 4-foot wide beds. And it's a low area, so it's going to be sort of like a chinampa, if you know what that kind of style of agriculture is. If not, Google it. 4-foot wide beds, 3-foot wide pathways. We're using this machine, the Bobcat. Really, I mean, if we got volunteers or workers in here, they'd be here for weeks, maybe days, weeks. It would be a lot of labor. So we can use these machines to our benefit instead of for our destruction. So very cool. He's very skilled. We're very lucky to have him, and we're getting this done today. So it's at the end of the day's work here, and we've got 5 4-foot wide beds, and I'm going to go get cover crop seeds, which right now means cowpeas, because it's the end of July, hot summer. And Carrie's here, and we're going to put a lot of mulch down and cover the ground, and so it's going to be a great garden, and to be continued. So our beds are made, 4-foot wide beds, and the next step that we did, Keith and Eli and I pulled out any vines that were left in the beds from either potato vine or another convalia vine. We don't want them, we want to have less management issues later down, so part of the preparation is pulling those vines out, setting them aside, and then we kind of roughly smooth the bed with our hands and then that gives a nice place for the cowpeas to lie down into. So we threw a nice layer of cowpeas over all of the beds, and then came back in with the mulch, which we'll do with this bed. Mulch the bed, and it's supposed to rain this week, so we'll get a good rain. Cowpeas will pop, will hold the space, fix nitrogen until we're ready to plant in another month and a half or so when it's planting season in fall. Coming in nice. Nice and thick. I can see a lot below the surface. Just about to break through too. So here we are. Give you an idea of the size of these beds here, the pathways. I'm 5'4", so they're dug pretty deep with the bobcat. So it's great to have these machines that can be used for destructive purposes to help us fast track and make these gardens that we need to sustain life for ourselves, and we can actually be a part of the regeneration process of the earth instead of just a destructive force as human beings. And as you can see, we threw some logs in here from the trees one tree that's been cut down, and we're just filling the whole thing with organic matter, and they'll break down into good soil, act as sponges, and keep the moisture in here. And the beds themselves are able to, the roots from the plants will be able to wick up moisture from all the moisture that's going to be keeping these beds damp below the surface. So we might not ever need to really irrigate these beds with the amount of rain we get in Florida, and if we keep the top heavily mulched or undercropped with, keeping the ground covered with the living mulch. So today's progress in the European Street Cafe garden. The permaculture meetup group came out, about 6 members, and some brought some cardboard and brought a bunch of tools, and we pulled up some of the the air potato vine, and laid down cardboard for the paths, and then put wood chips on top of the cardboard. So we'll have a nice weed-free path that is feeding the worms and breaking down into soil. And then we raked a section over there and threw down the sorghum and millet and cowpeas and covered it with hay to take control of the space over there. And we'll be doing some more tree work to let more light in.
Once I was a big drop of water. I was in the desert, I wasn't high, I wasn't headed man. Saw you turn, turn away. Water came down, hit the dry ground, lost all the facts, slipped through the cracks, spread around.